Sheesh. That's terrible. Okay, right before I do like the recap, right? Bad luck. So 200 EMA is on. You're going to start on the weekly. Are you guys doing this with me? Let me know if you guys on TradingView. Put a 3 in the chat if you're actually on TradingView applying some of what we're learning right now. Okay, let's go through it. So you're going
Hey
to start on
Court, where
weekly.
do you find the EMA on TradingView?
You're
'Cause
going to click where it says indicators, and it's going to say moving average exponential. And if you guys need a review, I am going to post this slideshow for you guys in the chat tonight.
Court, are you gonna post both recordings since it got cut in half, please?
Yeah, of course. I got you. I'll make
Okay.
sure you guys get both recordings. We're gonna have to try to find somebody to try to put them together. I don't know how that will work, but we'll figure it out, you know. So we're starting on the highest time frame. We'll start on a weekly. The next thing I want you guys to do is put your 200 EMA on, mark your first line at the tip of the 200, then work
Boy,
way.
you gotta share your screen, bro.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry about that, guys. Let me make sure I got that right. I'm back on Trading View. And what stock or symbol would you guys like me to do this on really quickly? One more
Bye.
example.
Just a
Let's do just this by, I like to mix it up.
Tesla.
Tesla.
Tesla. Good
Okay.
one.
We can look at Tesla's levels here together. So here we go. Let's remove our pivot points for now. Let's hide them. So here goes Tesla. Let's start on the weekly. And if you guys would like to make it easier on yourselves, right? Because you maybe are going to forget. This is something I've been doing for a long time. Remove that. Let's go to your settings here, and you can put a star next to the time frames as you work through them. So we'll start on the weekly. We'll mark our first level here for Tesla. Then we're going to go to the 1 day, make a mark here. And if you're looking at the price action, it's crazy how it almost correlates perfectly, right? Do you see where we rejected here 3 days in a row? March 27th, the day before, we've rejected. Tesla rejected this 291.57 level. Let's see. If you like whole round numbers, maybe you can make it here like 290, 250. Remember, guys, these are ranges and zones. So
And
from
how do you determine those levels exactly with the numbers?
the number is over here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the price. We're using the 200 to determine that point. So this is where the 200 is on the 1 day. That's how I determine that number.
Okay, thank you.
Make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you for asking. Really brave. The 4 hour, it's interestingly enough, the 4 hour and just about the 1 day almost correlate exactly. If you want to put another point here, you can. I usually don't, not too many lines in too close of places because remember, these are ranges and zones. Then from the 4 hour, we can take a 1 hour. Here we go. And it's interesting too, right? Because look, Tesla rejected it on Friday, this same exact point. It's also where it gapped up. And then it's back here too. It's a really, really distinct line. Lots of buying pressure there. Excuse me, selling pressure. From the 1 hour, I'll go to the 30 minute, and you can see the 200 and the 30 minute and the 200 on the 1 hour are just about in the same place. I won't just throw another line on there so things don't become convoluted. The 15 minute, you want to do one here as a trigger for calls, you can. And then I'll do a 5 minute here. Move this up so you guys can see. Are you starting to see a clearer picture? Move this up a little bit. And look, rejected here, broke down above it here, tested it here. 200 is like a magnet for price action. And then another one here on the 1 minute. So who took notes? Who paid attention? There we go.
I did. I paid attention.
Appreciate you. Okay, if you want to get a little bit more precise, move this here. Um, so let's see. I 1 minute's too much noise, but let's look at this on a 15 and kind of start to paint a picture. How does this look to you guys? Pretty simple.
Quick question. Somebody asked, does 200 EMA or SMA, does it matter?
EMA, it doesn't really matter. EMAs are just a little bit more sensitive to price action. And a little, yeah. I mean, I prefer EMAs. If you want to try this with SMAs, let me know how it goes.
And then my other question is why now, after you have all your lines, why do you go to the 15-minute chart to look at, everything?
Um, I like the 15-minute chart. At this point, it's
Got
just preference. Some people like the 30. One of
Okay.
my mentors always told me he likes a 30 because how many candles do you get? It's only 16 candles in a session, right? I know
hmm
when some people work off the 1 minute and I don't. I'm usually day trading on the five. This is just too much noise for me. Too much going on in such a short period of time. A lot of false buy signals. 15-minute is pretty safe as a trigger. And if you're somebody who likes the 5 minute, you can reconfirm what you're seeing on the 15. It'll be a pretty straight, clear indicator in terms of like if we're going to break above or below in terms of price. So now, just to reconfirm, if you would like, and you don't have to do these things in conjunction with each other. You can do one or the other. Some people just do straight pivots because they don't want to do a top-down analysis, whether they don't have the time, they're not interested, or they, whatever the case may be. I'm showing you two different ways for you guys to draw out and establish your areas of support and resistance here. And voila. Can niggas say voila? Right here, it correlates. Now, who wants to have a conversation with me and be somebody who's willing to sound really cool and talk like a trader? And this is how we watch lists, right? This is how somebody says,
I
"Yo,
have a question.
yes, what's the question?"
Yes. Oh, okay. Now, I've been day trading for 2 years, and I'm just listening to like different time frames because I do the 1 day, the 1 hour, the 15, and then 5 minutes for my entry. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you making money doing what you're doing?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, then yeah, do what you want. Man, if you don't keep doing what you've been doing, you don't gotta. This is just one way to do it. Yo, as far as trading goes, guys, it's like,
Okay.
this, what is it saying? Something about skinning a cat. There's different ways to skin a cat. There's no right way to skin a cat or some shit like that. If it works for you guys, stick with it. You guys do not have to
Okay.
do this. This is just one way I was showing um how I'm able to do it or how I sometimes draw out strong areas of support and resistance and things that I might employ with my trading. Things that if you guys have no parameters or idea, I'm helping create a system for you. Or give you a frame of mind or a frame of reference. But if you're somebody who's making money and you got an indicator that does all of this and it got the colors you like and your account is going up, guys, just continue to chip away, stick with what you're doing. The goal
Okay.
is
Thank you.
to make money. There's no right or wrong. Okay, let's talk to me. So if Tesla breaks above 237.70, what's my next price target?
245.
46.
Bingo, 245.64. And if we break above 245.64, where we going?
253.
253.57. This is going to help you guys with your price targets. This can also help you guys with selecting your contracts, right? Tesla breaks below 237.70, and you're like, yo, which strike price should I get? You can go 230 puts. You can go 235 puts. I would have to look.
235.
But yeah, you guys can kind of start to figure out what it is that you want to do and start to, execute a plan and create a plan. And I'm all here. I'm here for creating a plan and just having an idea. Nobody wants to have their money in the cloud or their money online or in a brokerage or be in a trade and just honestly feel rudderless. No direction, right? We don't want to buy hope tickets. It's a terrible feeling to be in a trade and be hoping and wishing for the outcome or your desired outcome. Um, let's just do math and let's play around with probabilities. I would say that pivot points, if one pivot breaks, there's usually about I would say like an 80 to 85% chance that it's going to the next pivot. So this week, what is our price target for Tesla? Tesla's below 237.70. What's our price target for Tesla for this week? This number right here,
229.
229. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Any more questions about any of this top-down analysis or your pivot points? And I'll be going over this again in the mentorship and showing you guys how I take this to the next level. And just be banging it out.
Okay.
I
I
never.
do have a question.
Yes, talk to me.
That line between 253 and 260, it's not touching the pivot points. Do
Yeah.
you consider it anything?
Yes, I would consider it for me. If we remove the pivots, it would still be a trigger for a trade. It would still be a possible trigger for a trade, especially on the 15. If we did get a 15-minute candle closing above this 256.82, I would feel comfortable getting into 260 calls. I would feel very,
Okay.
very comfortable.
Okay.
Bingo. Thank you. Good
I
question.
have a question.
Yes, talk to me.
I just have when we're looking at these pivot points, are we supposed to be on the 30-minute weekly 15? I guess I'm confused about the 30-minute and 15-minute time frame. So I'm trying to figure out, am I reading this correctly?
Okay, ask the question again. I'm not understanding. I'm sorry.
When we're looking at pivot points,
Yes.
what time frame should we be on?
Depends on your trading strategy. Are you day trading? Are you swing trading?
So I'm trying to swing trade because I work a 9 to 5.
Okay.
So day trading won't work for my schedule. So I'm trying to develop that now, and I just narrowed it down. I'm gonna have to swing trade just off what I do at work. I don't have time to be on the charts.
Okay. So use a 1 hour. Use a 1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah, use a
Okay.
1 hour. I would say too, if you're swing trading, I would go out to the third Friday of every month, which is the witching week. If you guys check out the third Friday of every month, you'll see that that's where all the volume and open interest kind of settles, month to month, week to week, in terms of, big institutional money. So go out to the third Friday of every month. I would also say, so let me remove these drawings, put your pivots on, and let's look at this on a 1 hour briefly here together. One thing I like about TradingView as well is that you can right click these things or hit here and you can add an alert. I use alerts all the time. This is how I'm not married to my desk. So we have that 245.50. I'll do something like this and I'll work through it. And the message will be Tesla calls, broke above, pivot point. I would even sometimes get as crazy as putting in the contract, right? And I'll put it here like this, just as an example, 618 or something like that. So you guys can make it really, really easy on yourself. Use technology, to its full extent. Put alerts in for your triggers. If you're on a lower time frame and you want to day trade it, you can always put alerts in here as well by going to your settings and playing around with it. And I'll let you guys fool around with that too.
I have a question.
Talk to me. What's up?
So just to confirm, like after the pivot points are identified, and then after you do your own breakdown of the 200 MA for all the time charts, how do you go about like making sure that the price is where you need to enter? So when you say the 15-minute candle closes above or below, how do you do like the breakout levels?
I'll check the chart. I'll watch it. I mean, I trade full time. This is my job. So I'll sit here and honestly, I'll just watch. Or I'll set the alerts and wait for me to get an alert to my phone or here at my desktop. And I'll just wait. And then I'll start to do kind of things to reconfirm it. If you want to use something, especially when it comes to swing trading with your pivots, you can really combine it with RSI would help. If you're day trading, MACD is good with your pivots as well as your EMAs. If you want to throw another EMA on there, you can always use the 9 or the 20 as a trigger. If it breaks above the 9 or the 20, you can then take it to the 200. There's a lot of different ways you guys can get real freaky with this and like make a lot of money. And it's gonna take time, and we'll continue to work on it together. We'll continue to practice. Um, and we'll build off each concept. So if you guys can see, this kind of works really well with what we did in our last class. Our next class, I'll have something that kind of plays off of this. Just going to continue to pour into you guys. I love to see you guys make money. I always tell people like it feels better for me to watch you guys make $500 than when I make $5,000 personally. Um, so I'm here to help. So let me know if you guys are kind of starting to understand and if this is something that you'll be able to use. Give me a 2 in the chat right now. Talk to me. Let me see. Let me see. Is there anyone who has not done any type of introduction to support and resistance and now they kind of have a clear parameter or an idea of how they're gonna kind of start to, do their thing? Who's feeling more comfortable? Can't wait to try it. Shout out to you, Levi. You're very welcome, Miss Coleman. Yes, yes, I'm here to help. So, when is your one-on-one? Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't want to do one-on-ones no more. I got that group class coming up in July. Do I do this daily? Personally, no, because I put in so many hours. I put in my 10,000 hours in terms of mastery and screen time. Can you guys tell that like I really do this? Is it obvious? But yeah, I put in a lot of time. I can kind of eyeball a lot of these things, and I spend so much time even looking at charts and you guys will get better. I'll be honest with you, there's no substitute for experience. At this point, I don't have to really do it daily. I'm able to eyeball it. I kind of have ideas. My personal charts I can go back and look at. And then I've been trading for a long time. And honestly, too, I have journals and entries in my journals, and I'm trading a lot of the same things the same way at the same times of the year, if that makes sense. So I can go back and look at a trade I took in 2021 and be like, oh shit, yo, Tesla went crazy around this time of year and kind of do that. I do a lot of things too with seasonality. And if you guys want, I can teach you guys some seasonality and kind of, especially the people who want to swing trade, seasonality is going to be clutch. And I got you guys. Kendra's about to pull up. Wait, so before I go, does anybody want to go through and do this with me here live? Anybody want to run through a top-down analysis?
Yes.
Tribute. I just need one person. You got to be on a computer though. You got to be on a computer. You're gonna have to share your screen, go to your trading view, and I will walk you through this process.
I have a question about what's your volume indicator that you have?
Let me show you.
So I couldn't find it. And
Um,
when I add the pivot on, the candles don't look right. They get real tiny,
so
and I
if you
can't see
real
the
tiny,
pivot.
that could be in terms of like that could just be an interface thing. You can always right click the screen on Trading View and hit like
Okay.
reset chart view, and it,
Okay.
from there
Okay.
kind of
Thank you.
fiddle with it. Let me show you the settings on my volume, and I get that question a lot. And I can teach you guys about how I use volume to trade. For me personally, give me a couple candles and some volume, and I will find some money. It's not opening up here. Let me see if I'm able to open it up this way. Yes. So when you guys go to your volume, and it's crazy you have to do this, right? When it comes to trading view, you're going to go to your volume and you're going to go to the style and you're going to turn on your volume moving average. Your volume moving average. Do you guys see it there?
You ain't never taught me this.
I never told you this?
No, I've
You
never seen
uh,
the volume moving
yeah, I'm
average.
fucking up. You like my you star pupil, man.
That's crazy.
That's cool,
They
right?
getting
My
stuff
bad.
I never even got. That's
You know,
crazy.
I think
Yeah,
some
he hasn't taught
people,
this in about 3 years.
yo, I ain't talked about this in a long time, but sometimes
Yeah.
too, you guys are so good that I don't want to do anything to make your trading more convoluted or to make you second guess anything. So I'm like, yo, Kendra making money. I ain't showing her shit else. Like she good.
I
She
get that.
I would never want to, do anything to take away from your process. and the way you see the charts in the markets. But if you guys are, curious about volume MA, you put on the volume MA and you kind of start to see areas where the price action or the volume is higher at a certain price than it is typically over the last 20 sessions or so. So because the volume MA here was still, bearish volume and above the moving average, I would know that this move here was a false bullish move. And I wouldn't have took a bullish trade. I still would have stayed in my puts. And you kind of want to start to correlate your volume. And I watch like, order flow and stuff like that as well. But this is something that I use. And what you want to see too with your volume MA is you want to see your volume kind of start to stair step. You want to see it build up gradually. Because anytime you see like just a random spike in volume, whether bullish or bearish, it's typically like a false positive. It's a fake out. You want to see volume kind of start to build up. So we can see here where bearish volume kind of start to build up and kind of started to stair step there. You guys want me to do a class on volume? I could talk about volume for like 2 hours. It might
Yes,
be
please.
you guys.
Yeah.
Y'all want a class on volume? Let me get a 5 in the chat if y'all want a class on volume. And I will show you how to find money just using volume and how it kind of correlates the price action. If you guys want to, if you're ever like somebody, if you're somebody who likes RSI and you want to swing trade, you can use your pivots or your EMAs with that. Set your RSI at 80 and 20. So if your pivot, breaks above it and RSI is 20 and your volume is bullish, you're pretty safe in terms of taking a swing trade or call. Somebody said they want a class on everything. Yo, pull up in July, yo. Come to the class in July, guys. I'll be giving everything. For 2 days a week, you guys will get me for about 2 hours. And it'll be a lot of fun. I'm gonna push you hard though. You guys gotta do your homework or whatnot, or I'll just stop fucking with you. Like I'll write you off in my mind.
Where we get the info for that class?
I think Kendra's you gotta post it in a group, or she can talk about it here with you guys.
But we're gonna well, I thought we were gonna talk about it at the end.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. We also have the retreat coming up in
Yeah.
June. If you guys want to trade live with me, I'll trade live with you. That'll be fun. Yes, I'll post a link. Post a link for the trip or the upcoming class in July. It's more important though that you're in
No,
that
we're not on
class in
Telegram.
July than you are in the Bahamas with me in June. I would say if you had to choose, right? If you're somebody live on a budget, it's more important for you to be in class in July than it is for you to be in the Bahamas with me in June. You'll get much more out of the class. And you come to the class in July, you'll probably be able to move to Bahamas eventually if that's what
Come to the class in July. You're going to get my indices trading strategy that y'all been bugging me about for like a
finally.
month and a half in my DMs. It's Kendra, when are you dropping the course? Kendra, when are you dropping the course? Pull up.
So yeah, that'll be fun.
Guys.
We'll do that together. And I'll actually too, when she's teaching that, I'm really excited for July because I'm gonna be there to learn as well. I really don't know what the fuck she does. I don't know what's going on. I just know she's really good. Yes, and just keep bugging her about the class. We finally got a date. I've been in the background really, really annoying her about like, yeah, we got to get this class out. And she was like, all right, cool. I'll do the class. Yo, why don't you help me? Like, why not help me? But she was like, yo, why you don't just join me? We just give them everything. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I got 6 to 8 weeks this summer. I'll give you guys everything. And the
Looking forward
syllabus, I'll
to
get you guys the syllabus so you
knowing
guys can see what we're
Kendra.
going to be covering. And yo, one of the cool things we're going to be covering too is I'm going to be teaching you guys a little bit of how to teach the stock market, how to do these classes like this, right? Because income, I want you guys to be able to make money. And when they talk about millionaires, where they always say 7 revenue streams, you get good at the stock market, you learn this stuff, you put your time in, you can create like 10 revenue streams from this. And I'll show you guys some of what we do. Because even like a seminar, like I done made $30,000 before in the afternoon just to talk to kids about stocks. So I got you. And yes, there is a 20% discount.
You have to reach out to us, just DM me
DM.
after this.
Yes. Yeah, look, I sold this class after taking it. Yo, even this, right? I would tell you guys too, and I'm not saying to take my slides and like teach a class, but I'm telling you, yo, take my slides and teach a class. Like, download this slideshow after I put it out, change the colors on that bitch and put your name on it and get a little logo or something. And yo, teach this to your friends and family. Make a couple extra dollars and you take that money and trade with it or invest it. I really don't care. I will teach you guys how to teach the markets if you really want to learn. We create moguls, all jokes aside. So I'm excited. I'm gonna stop talking now and stop sharing my screen. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Somebody did say they want to run through this top-down analysis here with me live. So who wants to be the tribute? Who wants to volunteer? Who wants to share their screen? And I'll show you guys. We can do a live
I
example
think
here.
Markika had said she would do it.
Yes, has she changed her mind?
No, I haven't changed my mind.
Let's go. Let's go. You ready? So did you just share your screen and unshare it, or did I just miss it?
No, I didn't do anything yet. I was waiting.
Okay, let's have you share your screen.
All right. So I don't think my setup is exactly right, but
It looks good. It looks good. Okay, so let's right click your screen. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I like that you're on dark mode. Yo, when y'all pull up in light mode for my classes and help, you guys be killing me with that. So so let's see. Let's remove the drawings. And let's look at something we haven't looked at yet. Let's give Marquis, I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your name?
Markika.
Let's give Marquika a ticker symbol, guys. What company do you want us to run through together here? Yeah, dark mode only. Marathon. We did Apple already. You guys want to look at the cues? We can do cues.
I'm like, can we do Qs or IWM?
Yeah, let's do cues. Let's do cues. And if I'll have Kendra go through IWM with you guys. I use it as an indicator as well, as a leading indicator, but
Is it this one?
yes, yes, top one by NASDAQ. And yo, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys get like up to the minute data on your trading view. Yo, if anybody's ever taken any of my one-on-ones or taken a class with me, the first thing we do, up to the minute data, real-time data on your brokerages, on your charting platforms in life, period. What we come
Is
to
that one of the like paid
Yes, yes.
subscriptions?
That's a
Okay.
paid feature. I think it's $7 a month. Write it off on your taxes. But
Okay.
somebody who wants to trade SPY, IWM, QQQ, if you're day trading, you guys have to get your real-time data.
You know what's funny, you guys? I have been trading SPY and QQQ last year, probably around this time, and I was doing it getting 100%, 300%. And I worked with Court one of the first times, and he was like, "Yo," he was like,
Real
"Turn
time.
on your real time data."
And oh shit, you're a millionaire. Like you just ain't go get your million yet. This is what's gonna
Man,
bring you back.
I wasn't trading with real time data.
Yo, it's crazy, guys. I'll be working with people and I'll be like, yo, sometimes, and there have been people who will be like, yo, Biggs, let me get an hour session with you. And I'll charge you guys, I charge like $300 to $500 for an hour of my time. Ridiculous, right? That's why it's important to get really good at this. But anywho, yo, 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, yo, just get real-time data. We get real-time data. We go through it. And I'm like, all right, call over, bro. You good. You're not a terrible trader. You just weren't getting real-time data.
Makes sense.
You weren't seeing what I was seeing. You weren't seeing what was happening in the market. If anybody wants to know how to get real-time data, let me see if I have a drawing tool. Can you click right here?
Right here.
Yeah, click that. And look, where it says learn more,
Mm-hmm.
yes, you need real-time data. That's what you're missing.
Okay.
So this is another person who's probably a really, really great trader, probably much better than myself, but they're just not seeing what I'm seeing when I'm seeing it. They're 5 minutes behind.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And we
I
always
got you.
joke, right, guys? Like when I say, yo, the game is rigged, this is some of what I'm talking about. Why wouldn't they just give you real-time data and have it as part of your subscription? Um, so there are a bunch of people who come into the markets every day, and their job is to provide liquidity. Your job is to come here, bring your money, and leave that bitch. Leave the bag of money here. Don't take any money with you. It's like a casino in a sense. Same thing here. The game is rigged. I hope you guys caught that example at home on how to enable real-time data. You want it from CBO1, from NASDAQ, ARCA, and New York Stock Exchange. I think it's like
Which one do you recommend? Like the Essential or the
I
they had like up to professional or whatever.
whatever is the middle tier. You don't need like the second chart or whatever comes with the highest tier or the
Okay.
professional tier. You guys can get whatever is the second tier. I will also suggest to all of you guys, Black Friday, you want to re-up on all your stock market subscriptions. You can get
Okay.
everything for much cheaper. Now, I'm not saying I'm talking about the second tier of the trading view plan, not the basic. I believe they call it the plus. It could be the plus, it could be the pro. I'm not sure. I don't work for them. They haven't sent me a check or anything yet. Working my way up to that too. But you guys want to make sure you're getting real-time data. If you want to change it to dark mode, you go to your settings in the top left corner where like your initial is, and you can make it dark mode there. Is one of the ways to do it. But this is not a class about trading view, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay.
Let's work. You guys are distracting me. Let
Let's
me
go.
let me close the chat. So here we are. We are looking at the QQQ. What's our first time frame, guys? Where are we starting?
Um,
The weekly.
weekly.
Bingo. Okay, let's mark out that level there.
That
Okay,
about right?
that is correct. Looks good to me. Now
Mm.
let's drop down to the daily. Let's do it again. Okay, let's look at the 4 hour. Look at you. You done this before? You took one of my classes?
No, I
I'm
just
joking.
been trying to get it while you're
Bro,
doing
I
it.
see you. You learned really fast. Shout out to you. Let me see a 1 hour. Okay, we'll tag that again. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun week. So we'll do the 30.
Now, can you only do this from your desktop? Because I'm usually driving.
It can be done on the phone. I got fingers too big. I really don't like the phone version of TradingView outside of setting alerts. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, if you're able, you can definitely do all of these on the phone interface as well. So now we're down to the 15.
Or would you suggest like maybe I'll do this before I leave to start driving, so I already have this set
What,
up
yeah, what time you start driving?
at like 5 in the morning,
West Coast?
5:30,
Where do you live? What do you?
Indianapolis.
Oh, ooh. Yeah, you could do this, or when you take your break around 9, you can do this. You can do this the night before. You guys can
Okay.
start to do this, and start to plan your trades as far in advance as you want. If you guys wanted to, you guys could work through your whole watch list tonight and do this and set your alerts and be ready to carpe diem when the market's open tomorrow. So now let's look at this on a higher time frame. Let me see this all on a 30-minute. All right, hit reset chart view. Let's drag this down. All right, let me see the scroll over to your right a little bit. Let's see.
You say scroll over to my right.
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, to your right. Perfect. Okay, talk to me. Tell me, what's the plan? I'm paying you a subscription, whether it's $25 a week, $50 a week. I don't even know how much we charge now, but I know that we charge, and that's very important to charge. Um, go over to your right. Let me see the most recent candles or go over. Let me see the candles from Friday. Yeah, go over that way. Go over more. Right there. Talk to me. So what are we doing? What's the plan? An if and if scenario. You want to sound like a fancy trading person. Right? You be like, if this happens, I'm gonna get calls, and if this happens, I'm gonna get puts, right? And then I'm gonna charge y'all for it. So perfect. Talk to me, Markika. I'm in Markika Trading Group. I want
So
to with me.
is it if it breaks 471, we're doing puts?
Let me
Or
see. Is there a line below? I can't really see your screen here. But if you say that's what we doing, that's what we doing. That's what I pay you for. So
Well, I just started where the on the 30 minute where
start at the closest line, that 449, that 444.79.
okay, 444.79.
Yes, what are we doing? If QQQ breaks above 444.79, where we going?
We're doing calls above that.
Bingo. What would be your strike price?
Um, at least 440, maybe 448.
Woo! That sounds good. So let's do this, right? Let's throw your pivots on here and let's see if we can get a little bit of a clearer view as well. Let's reinforce what we think we're seeing.
Okay. Now, can you help me do the settings for pivots? Because mine don't look like how
Let's
yours.
go to your settings, and you
Okay.
guys can all do this at home as well. So your time frame is going to be daily.
Wait, time frame.
Mhm. The
Yeah.
number of pivots back, you're going to go one. All right, let's hit OK. Think we should be good now. Okay, perfect. So let me see. Yeah, perfect.
Got a question. So do you usually start at the lowest line and then do like breaks above or below for
Correct.
like calls or puts?
Correct. Start at the lowest line. You want to get in the habit of trading from line to line, level to level. If you
Okay.
break above 444.79, 444.79 now becomes our area of support. What was
Gotcha.
previously our resistance then becomes an area of support. We would know at that point that if we happen to take 448 calls and it dropped
Mhm.
back below 444.79, and we got a 15-minute candle close in there, that we should probably close that trade and look for puts.
Okay.
This is
And when you say close, do you mean like if I'm looking at, I don't know, is this the last candlestick? I don't know what
I'm
this.
working off your screen too. I don't really have it pulled up on my side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how
Um,
professional of me. Let me fix that. Sorry. Talk to me. So what are you saying?
so when you say the candlestick closing or the 15-minute candlestick, if I was to switch to that,
Uh-huh.
when you say close, is it like where the this candle is at? It's like 450, 60 that I'm
Um,
looking.
when we're in a trade, below the line, we want a candle to close. So every time you guys, and it's hard to do it right now because the market is not live, but once
Right.
the market is live, you're gonna get like a number that's gonna be under here. Let me get my pointing tool, my drawing tool. Let's do this one. It's gonna be like around here under the price, and it's gonna be a timer that lets you know how much time is left before that candle closes. Trade
Oh,
live with
okay.
you guys once. I am gonna trade live with you guys for the people who joined the July session. I could go live in the group here and there, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I don't be talking to people before a certain time for real, for real. Like me getting up at 9 and just speaking to 100 something people.
That's a lot.
Right? I could. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I got you guys. If that's what you guys would like me to do, I do not mind, but it's not my preference. It's actually one of the reasons why I work so hard because I do not want to ever have to speak early in the morning to people because that was my job. That was my career.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons I had to get up out of there, right? Get out of bed and you just have
I
to
got one more quick question. So when I'm looking
talk to
at
me.
the pivots
Yes.
and I see R1 457.11, like what is that telling me? You
I'm
know,
telling you, R1, resistance one. It's
oh, okay.
that if QQQ breaks above 457.11, that it's likely going to 463.53.
Gotcha. Okay.
QQQ breaks above 463.55 or 53, where are we going next?
467. Oh,
Bingo. And this is how you start to set your price targets.
Okay.
as well as your strike prices, right, guys? So if QQQ breaks above 457.11, don't buy a 474 call that expires, in 3 hours. Um, no, you could. You might make something. But we always want to deal in probabilities. You want a delta too that's about 40 too, and I'll get into the Greeks with you guys one day. I can only cover but so much today. But
Okay.
you want your delta about, yeah, between like 35 and 40. On puts it's going to be negative 35 to negative 40. But yeah, you want a delta that's, worth trading. So thank you, Markika.
Thank
Markika,
you.
can you please either send me or Kendra your Cash App name? We're gonna send you $100 to trade with this week. You did great.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you for
you.
volunteering. Wait, hold on. Don't don't
Oh,
don't hang up yet. I'm slacking, guys. Before you go, give me 1 second. So yes, you can send us your Cash App.
you want me to share my screen again or?
Oh, no, no, no. I just want you to chill. Jamaican air horns for you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
volunteering. Thank you for volunteering. One more time.
Woo
Thank
woo.
you. Okay, perfect. So you can stop sharing your screen. I'm gonna be quiet now, guys, and Kendra's gonna take over. I appreciate you guys, everybody who rocked out with me for how long I've been talking for? An hour and a half, an hour, 40 something minutes. Crazy, right? We'll be ready for tomorrow. I hope you guys are feeling prepared. I'm gonna chime in here and rock out. Kendra, you got us?
I think so. You guys bear with me. I'm not as Zoom
Hang.
savvy. I'm not as Zoom savvy as Court. So be patient with me. So this part of our presentation, we're going to be talking about averaging down. And as some of you guys know, like if you're in the chat, a lot of times I'll say, like, I'm not a big fan of averaging down. Like I'm not the queen of averaging down. You guys know I'm the zero D zero DTE queen, but not necessarily the queen of averaging down. But I do average down when it makes sense, right? So that being said, I am gonna show you guys. I'm gonna share my screen with you real quick. Let's see. There we go. Make sure I got the chat up. Okay, you guys can hear me still?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
hear you.
Okay, I was gonna say I listen, every time I mess with the Zoom, I always I don't be seeing the chat. I don't know. I'm not a pro at this yet, again. So on the screen is the politically correct definition for what averaging down is, right? I'll explain it a little differently. So have you guys ever bought something, right? And let's say you bought it. Let's say you bought I know there's men in here, but let's say you're a lady, you bought some Fenty foundation, right? Or concealer. I like the Fenty Pro concealer, right? And let's say the Fenty Pro concealer costs $40. Right? So we buy the Fenty Pro concealer at $40, right? And let's say the next week, Saturday, we get a coupon or we get an email from Sephora, and they're like, yeah, the Fenty Pro concealer is on sale for $20, right? Um, so you basically, right, you basically that's basically what we're doing when we're averaging down, right? So a lot of you guys see me get into IWM. You guys know I love IWM. I'm always talking about IWM. That's my baby. That's bae. And I see a lot of you drop a one in the chat if IWM is your baby too. Like you guys, because I know y'all be trying to play me, like trying to take my boo from me, but that's mine. I mean, we could share sometimes, but yeah, don't get ahead of yourselves. Don't get too ahead of yourselves, okay? Right? So sometimes you guys see me get into an IWM trade relatively early, right? Early in the morning, you guys are looking at the chart, some of you, and you're just like, Kendra, it is 9:35. You taught us the orb strategy. why are you in IWM signaling IWM at 9:35 or 9:40? It's not 9:15. Okay. Well, sometimes I use a different strategy, and sometimes it works really amazing in my favor most of the time, but not always. So let's say I signal IWM relatively early and things, and I purchased an IWM contract for $1 or $100, right? And we pull back. It's not necessarily going exactly where I want it to go yet. And it goes from that $1 to 50 cents, right? Um, it goes to 50 cents or $50. Instead of just being like, especially when I'm looking at the chart and think, I'm going to show you guys an example of this too. But when I'm looking at the chart, right, I still see things going my way. Instead of panicking or just immediately getting out the trade, I decide, right, I'm going to purchase another contract, but this time at $50. So in total, I've
Where's the man in the haircut?
in total, I've spent 150, so that's $150, but for two contracts. So that means the average cost of my contracts is now 0.75 or $75, right? Instead of the initial $100. So if the price bounces back to that $75, I'm break even or I'm in profit quicker. Now, the only catch to this, right? The only catch to this is now like we're way deeper in the trade, right? And we've increased our position size. So we can either win faster or lose faster. So it's more risky. And that's why I always say to you guys, I'm not necessarily a fan unless it makes sense, especially on our day trades. Now, our swing trades, it's a completely different story for me, especially when I'm very confident in the direction that we're going in. When we know our zones, we're using our pivot points, we have our trend lines, all those different things. It makes it a lot easier to, be confident in if whether or not we're going to average down or not. But the key thing is with averaging down is to not play yourself, right? Like Court was showing you guys the zones, if we break below like our support, or like, our areas of support or resistance, we know like, okay, like it's better off for us to get out of this specific trade, right? Um, type of one in the chat if you guys have ever averaged down in a trade before. Right. So Nike was one of those ones where you could have averaged down and it would have been even better situation. You didn't have to. It actually still even if you didn't average down in Nike, you probably did amazing. XLF though, that one was one of the ones where we could have averaged down and in some people it worked out better in their favor. And here is just another example. It says if you bought a toy for $10, but the store lowers the price to $5, you buy the toy. You really like the toy, so you buy another one instead of spending $10 on one toy, 15. Basically, you only spend $7.50 on the toy. So that's basically what we just went through there. I'm going to show you guys on the chart a few things to really look at when you're considering averaging down in a trade. Can you explain the term break? We talking about a wick. Can you go more into depth on what you mean, Maisha? Okay, let me stop sharing. I'm gonna share my other screen for you guys. My trading view. Okay.
Yes, okay. So when you say break, do you mean like it wicks above, but maybe it comes back down, or you mean like the candle needs to maybe open below and close above completely, or open above and close above? Like what exactly do you mean when you say break a level?
Okay, are you talking about whether or not to decide whether to stay in my trade or if I'm gonna average down?
Honestly, just in general. Like anytime you say it, we're looking for it to break above or break below.
Oh, okay. So when I'm saying, like, for example, in the morning when I provide you guys with my levels, right? When I provide levels in the morning, I always tell you that what you're looking for with those levels that I give you on QQQ, SPY, and IWM is going to be a 3 or a 5 minute close above or below that level in order to take a trade. Either get into calls or get into puts. That's what I'm when I say that, that's what I mean.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So here I got, do you guys see the screen well? It's IWM. And you see I got the pivot points on here as well. I wanted to show you guys on Friday, I signaled IWM. And I signaled IWM around 9:50. I just want to give you guys a little bit
Wait,
of,
hold on. Are your candles pink?
I mean, does that look pink to you? They are pink. They are. They are, but they kind of look red.
Hey, yeah, I like it though. I mean, I could trade this. This is a nice setup. I'm just, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, they're pink.
All right, I see.
Okay, guys. So here is what I saw. I took the orb off because again, you guys know, like I love to recommend to you guys to no, I'm not an AKA, but I love to recommend you guys use the orb. If you're a beginner, it's just like the easiest thing to trade. And if you guys traded the orb on IWM, you guys could have got where'd it go? It's on there now. Should be. So here, I think it was Maisha who just talked. Here's a 5 minute candle close below the orb. My levels aren't on here, but this is another example of when you can be confident into getting into a trade. I know Spice Girl teaches this in her one-on-ones as well, but a 5 minute candle close above or below the orb is very likely that you're going to be able to take, either the downside or the upside. One gem I'm going to give you guys for you guys that trade the orb and use pivot points is when there is a pivot really close to the top of the orb, be very cautious of that. If there was a 5 minute candle close above this, I probably wouldn't take this trade. I probably wouldn't signal it or call it because it's very likely we could reject here. So take note of that, right? So what I wanted to show you guys was on Friday, I signaled an IWM trade around, I want to say 9:50. And what I kept seeing, what is that? Is that VWAP? No, that's the 200. Here goes the 200 again. I wanted, oh no, that's the VWAP. Okay, so what I kept seeing was this rejection off of VWAP. We kept wicking off this area, and I was pretty confident that we were gonna break below. And I want to say my level that I gave you guys Friday was somewhere right here. So this is what made me decide, okay, even though we haven't broke below the orb, we keep rejecting this area. We're struggling to get above this pivot. That's why I signaled that trade. So we kind of wrote it down. But what I wanted to show you guys is that um if you wanted to that isn't necessarily the right part. As far as averaging down goes, let's say you guys get into calls here, right? Because we rejected and we got somewhat of a reversal candle here. We never got a candle close below here, right? So we could have gotten to calls at this point. We ride this up and we decide at this point, we're kind of like rejecting here, but we held above VWAP. So if at this point you wanted to add to your position, it would have been a good area to buy contracts, basically averaging down into your position. And you guys could have rode up here and you guys could have got out. Another thing that I want to tell you is a lot of times we will reject. Sometimes we break it, but a lot of times we will reject off of the top and the bottom of our orb here. So yeah. Another thing I wanted to show you guys was my swings and how I determine how to stay in specific, how I decide how and when to average down when it comes to swing trades. And I wanted to go back to XLF. I actually found the date. So I signaled to you guys. Where is it at? Here we go. I signaled to you guys XLF on March 24th, and we were about right here when I did it. Actually, I think we were right here. Not there, right here. So we wrote it out. We wrote it out. We wrote it out. We wrote it out. And at the end of the day, we were kind of like, hold on. Where is it? I signaled it. Did I signal it? I think I signaled it on this day. Who was writing? Uh, I signaled it on that's Monday. I'm trying to find Friday. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, here we go. We're good. We're good. I found us. Okay, I had signaled it on a Friday. And we were good. We were good, but we kind of pulled back some, and it was like, on the higher time frames, things looked a lot better. Things looked a lot better. So what ended up happening was you could have averaged down into your position and added to it. And within the next week, we pushed back up. So the reason the lady canceled was because I might have signaled, where was I at? I probably signaled, what is this? The 2 hour? Friday, 15. Sorry, guys. I'm not as savvy with TradingView yet. You guys literally have been learning with me. Especially you guys that have been trading with me since Impact. You guys have literally been on my journey with me. So yeah, Friday, I signaled somewhere in here and we started to drop down. But on the higher time frames, XLF has still been bullish and in a bullish trend. And what ended up happening was Monday, we got that push all the way back up. And that's what I was explaining to court on Friday was the woman that canceled. I'm like, she's gonna be disappointed when Monday or next week, like XLF goes 100%, and it ended up going like 133%. So yeah. You guys got any questions? Do you want to see anything?
This was dope. They were asking, what is the indicator that you use for your orb? And yo, this is honestly the first time I've ever seen it used in conjunction with the pivot points this way. And yeah, I appreciate you giving us some of the sauce. And then you throw the RSI on there and the volume. This is
Oh, I didn't even explain. I didn't even say
a
anything
very
about
high
the RSI.
probability setup. You guys see this? Whew, easy money.
Yeah, and I know you guys sometimes on my screen, you guys see the what is that thing called? The 9 and the 21. I don't always trade every day using the same strategies or indicators. Sometimes I like less. Because as you can see, like it can be a little overwhelming at times. So sometimes depending on price action, I might have less or I might have more, you know. So that's kind of that's kind of how I do things, but let me know. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask as
When
far
you say some a trade is like high risk, like you're saying it's high risk just because that share or that yeah that company is volatile, or you're just saying it because you see something.
so when I say it's high risk, it's because it's 0 DTE or 0 days to expiration. And
Okay.
I it usually for me when I'm signaling it, it is because I am signaling it before the 15-minute orb. And I
Okay,
don't,
that's fair.
if you're not a more advanced trader or you can't see what I see, then I don't necessarily think that, you shouldn't risk it. I
Understood.
know Court gives a lot of spy trades and he, a lot of times he'll do like next day or maybe a couple of days out. I feel like those are
Same
less
shit.
risky.
Yeah, I do a lot of crazy things.
Yeah, but they're not crazy though. Like sometimes it just takes, when you give it when you give it more time, to play out, it can it works out well. And sure, Melissa, so the
Yeah,
orb is the opening range breakout. You can find the orb in your indicators on TradingView by typing in opening, or you could just type in orb. And I like this one by ZZZ Crypto 123. Someone tried to show me another one time that has like a lot of extra stuff, but like I said, I really don't like too much going on.
hold on, Kendra. Let them get that screenshot, and this is also going to be included in the recording, guys. Um, damn, never thought of using the orb in conjunction with your pivots and then just buying time on your contracts.
Yeah, no, for
Is
sure.
the dope thing about working with, the people I work with and you guys, if you're able to make it to our class in July, because I know we're only going to take 30 people max because of how much time it's going to take in the one-on-ones we're going to do as well as the live trading. But like, yeah, just being able to take a little bit of everyone and kind of, put it together, like almost like a Frankenstein of trading and taking like is really a blessing. So I'm learning as well, Kendra.
So Nikki, when you're probably talking about like okay, so sometimes Spice Girl says lotto and then sometimes I do too. When we talking about a lotto play, it again I would still take that as more like it's like high risk or it's just like I'm willing to go to zero with it, you know? But that's not to say that we're not confident in what we're putting out. It's more of like a this is risky. Don't go heavy. I would say that.
Yeah, that's the same thing I mean when I say lotto, guys. I'm telling you, do not go full port. You never go full port. And when I say full port, I mean like if you have $1,000 in your brokerage, don't put $1,000 on this trade. And then if you do, don't message me about it. I told you it was risky. But
Right.
oftentimes,
So
if I do take a lot, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kendra. I know for us too, us traders, and us analysts, as analysts, excuse me, if we are taking a lotto, more often than not, we're using the profit from a previous trade. So we've made, it's never our first trade of the day. And if we've made three, four, $500 already for the day, I might take $100 of it and take a lotto play, or $70 of it and take a lotto play. This way, like she said, if it does go to zero, I'm still green for the day. I'm able to sleep at night.
yeah. So the orb, I'm just gonna go through the settings real quick with you too, because I know someone asked me to explain it. The orb for me, the total time is gonna be 15 minutes. Some people do that. I've experimented with the 30-minute orb, 5, 15. For me personally, it's gonna be the 15. So you're gonna set your session time from 9:30 to 9:45. And let me go. Is this the same one? Okay, so I'm gonna take the pivots off really quickly for you guys to show you something. So on the orb, this is something me and Spice Girl use. We're very similar in our trading styles, just a little different. We do things a little differently. But where's Friday? So here we have the orb. So what you're gonna see here, this is on the 5-minute, but the orb is created from the first 15-minute candle. Um, And on Friday at 9:30, this is the first 9:30, this is the first 15-minute candle right here. So this is what creates the orb. So this is the top of the orb. This is the bottom of the orb. We like to trade typically on the 5-minute. We like to enter our trades on the 5. Some people enter on the 3 and the 1. Like I said, when it comes to my levels and when it comes to the orb, to scout those pre-market levels, we like to see a 3-minute or a 5-minute candle close above or below these levels. So on Friday, here we have our orb. When would you have gotten into this trade, right? When you saw this 5-minute candle close below it. So a few other things too. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna show you guys a few other things. When you're using the orb, you also want to pay attention to the higher time frame. So you want to see the 15. Hold on, what time was that? Okay, 10, 10, 10, 15. So at about 9:45, we were on this 15-minute, we still were looking super bearish at around 10 o'clock. We go here, we go look at 10 o'clock. I mean, 10 o'clock, we had like a crazy drop here. Um, I'm not going to go into fibs today. I'll say that for another class, but that's another really helpful tool when it comes to staying and feeling confident in your trades. But yes, that's basically the orb. Um, the 200 settings. So I believe Court did you did it from the moving average exponential, right, Court?
Yes, moving average exponential.
So right here is the moving as average exponential.
And if you guys missed any of it, you guys can come back and check the recording. The recording will only be available to members. But I think Kendra, you said that there's a code or coupon for them available right now if they want to sign up for a membership.
Yeah, for monthly, I'm about to send it right now. Drop it in the
Oh,
chat.
man, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys. I don't know if I'm going to be doing another class before we start in July. I have to prepare for that.
Yeah, we probably won't be. We also have the retreat. I look forward to meeting you guys there.
That's going to be fun.
That's
That's going
gonna
to be
be
fun. We'll
fun.
trade live together there. Um,
Hey, Court, question.
Talk to me.
How much is the class so I can refer some people there?
Oh, the class is cheaper for lifetime
July.
members because you're a lifetime member. It's 20% off, but the class is only 2,500. Two,
No, it's not for me. I want to refer someone there.
oh yes, yes, please. Yeah, 2,500 only. Doing it for the love, doing it at a steep discount. I'll be showing you guys how to start teaching trading if that's something that's interested to you. And similar to how we were able to kind of have Marquika come up and work through things live and in person, that's one of the reasons why we're keeping the class size so small because everybody's going to get an opportunity to practice. This class is also good for beginners. I'm going to take you guys back to the genesis of it. Day one, what is a stock? What is a stock? And then we'll talk about options trading and derivatives there. Um, but it's gonna be dope. Very, very limited spots though, guys. Please. So don't be mad at me. I don't know when we'll do it again after July or if we'll do it again after July. I know we both have a lot of things coming up. Um, but I do hope to see you guys there.
So Bridget, you probably just need to change your account to a cash account. You're probably on a margin account, which would only give you the 3 trades per week. That's why you're experiencing that. July, well, hold on. You want to go more into detail about the class court at the end?
Sure, I'll talk more about I got my hookah. Like we can do this for 3 more hours, guys. I'm here now. Let's work. But
So yes, I do. I have a strategist when it comes to buying multiple contracts, Martina. And so here's the thing. I have my level like my take profit level based upon the levels that I set. And then I only hold a specific amount of runners. How do I resist pulling out during the drawdowns? I if I've reached my take profit level and we're still running, the majority of my money is already out. Like I want to keep my money. I want to keep my money. So if I'm only in runners, that could be like if I had like let's say I had 100 contracts, maybe I'm only holding like 5 now just for funsies, right? To let it run. Or 10. But let's say I only have like 10 contracts, right? I'm gonna take out 8 of those contracts. I want my money. I want to really be paid. I don't want to risk losing all of that. And I think that's what happens to a lot of people on those ones that, go over 100. But sometimes, because like you see, when me and Spice Girl or yeah, like when me and Spice Girl, we trade like the indices, it can happen really fast. Like I might signal IWM, blah, 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 blah. And you guys know, like that's my bae. Like she just goes right down within like 5 to 10 minutes, and then the day is done. Um, but when it comes to drawdown, it goes back to the averaging down thing. So, for example, I might not have a really good one. here. I might have got into IW inputs right here. Well, this is 335, but let's say this isn't 335. I'm only seeing it because I see it. But let's say I got into IW inputs right here. It went down here, but then it went up some, and then it went up some. I might be in a little drawdown. So I might add when it came back to here. And then at that point, I would still have the confidence to hold the trade, especially when we broke below the orb again in this situation. But like, yeah, just pretend this isn't 330. This same scenario.
Nice. Yeah, that helps.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Cor, I had one question. Even though it's not, or I know everybody has something to do. If you don't have another one, will it be offered to members like later for the training? Because I just know I won't be able to do it. My baby's due in July, and I'm not gonna be able to commit to that.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Let me think. I'm not sure. We've been actually, me and Kendra have been talking about doing this for almost a year now, and July has been the only time where both of our schedules allowed us to do this class. So,
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just saying, so like even if you can't do it again after this one time, like will it be like a recorded class for, your members later to repurchase or something like
um,
that?
well, so every class that we do every week is going to be recorded, and the recordings will be posted live. I'm also going to do what I call office hours, guys, and that's when, like, on a Saturday afternoon, I'll get on Zoom just like this. The class will get the link, and you guys can drop it and speak to me one on one, or even in a group setting and schedule time. We're going to do office hours. So if you want the recording, I do suggest jumping into class and watching them at your leisure when you guys are able. You'll have access to the recording for at least for a year. I'll keep it up for a year. It's only going to be 30 people because it's so hands-on. Even tonight, we learned a little bit over because of the live examples I did and the hands-on learning. Um, so you guys want to be part of that, and we will set aside time for our class members to kind of get some one-on-ones with us as well. But I've been working with Kendra for over a year now. This is the first time we both were free. And we're talking about July, right? And that's 2, 3 months from now where we're both free at the same time and not working on other things. So I'm not sure when we'll be able to do it again or if we'll ever really be able to do it again. We're both pretty booked, but it is something that we wanted to do and to offer to you guys before the next chapter in our careers. Because this is a career, this is my job. Pretty cool, right? And I wish we could take all of you. I hope that, wish we could take everyone, but yeah, it has to be, pretty small and exclusive, pretty small and exclusive. And we will have guest speakers and educators as well. Maybe, hopefully, I'll be able to get some of our analysts to pop up and work with you guys also and do some things there. We start July, was it the 13th? The week after the 4th of July, I think the 12th. Class starts that Monday. We have orientation in June. I'll be giving you guys some pre-market work. And the pre-market work is going to include getting yourself some real-time data. That's going to help everything move along. I'll go over the boxy box. I'll teach you guys how I swing trade and find my contracts. I'll go over my day trading strategies intraday. Kendra's going to cover how she trades the indices. And I'm going to teach you guys too how to teach the stock market and how to create different revenue streams from trading. It goes beyond just trading. For example, we did, and I've used this as an example too, we did really well on our Nike puts. I took some of that money and bought shares of Nike. That'll pay me and my family forever. Um, Same thing. We hit it off on an Apple trade. I'm buying some more shares of Apple, averaging down on Nvidia. I'm going to help you guys build a long-term portfolio to help you weather.
I was gonna ask about that. We decided we're gonna help them. We're gonna build out the portfolios for them.
Yes, yes. And what I would tell you guys too, if you're somebody who's a bit innovative, and I've had people do this, like I'll build them a portfolio, and what do? They type that bitch out, throw a logo on it, and sell the portfolio for $50 to $75 a pop. I saw somebody one time sell 100 of them in a year and then take that money and purchase the stocks in the portfolio. So we want to get creative. And maybe that's the New York in me, just like that hustler shit. And when I say hustle, I'm not necessarily talking about something illegal. I'm talking about cash-free income, right? Somebody selling you $75 for some work that I did that you purchased and then paid for 10 times over. It's a given. I expect that. Um, and you guys know me. Once I put something out, it's out. I don't give a fuck what happens to it. It's all yours. Um, and I think that comes to from just being blessed and having an abundant mindset. Like I got so much up here. I don't give a fuck what you guys do with the things that I share. I hope that there's somebody in the group stealing my trades and sending it to their friends and family. That would be really cool too.
No, for real.
Oh, I care. More volume.
Yeah.
So I hope to see you guys there. So we shared the code if anybody wants to commit and become a member.
So another thing I want to mention is we will offer a payment plan. You'll have to reach out to us
Yes,
directly
yes. Guys,
for that.
make a payment plan. We can set that up. Um, and you can make a deposit on the class if you do want to reserve your spot. Just reach out to either myself or Kendra. Probably Kendra would be better. She's a lot more organized than I am. I forget. People text me like, "Yo, remember we got to do the da 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 da," and I'll be like, "Oh, word,
Mhm.
got you." Please blame my head, not my heart. Does anyone
That's
have
how
any?
I am. People are like, I don't respond to messages. There's so many. I need a VA. Like you guys, if you guys are in the group and you need something from me, please, you're better off DMing me on either adding me in the chat if it's an immediate thing, or messaging me on Discord, Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, it's no guarantee. It's gonna be a while, maybe.
Perfect. And yes, Levi, you can you can set up a payment plan on the on the lifetime. I don't know what would we have to do to set up like Klarna or Afterpay. I'll have to figure that out. I know some people have asked me too, like, do you take Klarna and Afterpay? That's something we'll look into this week so that you guys are able to kind of pay down on things over the course of a year. So I'll look into that. My friend, she pulled up. She wants to say hi. They breathe so nasty. Her name is Winnie.
Yep, it'll be in the Discord.
Yes, everything will be in the Discord. Anyone have any more questions? Is there anything specifically you guys want to trade this week? I can apply some of what we did tonight and kind of start to put together a watch list or something like that. Marathon? Okay, I got you. Palantir? I think Exotic Trades does Palantir almost daily, right?
Yeah, I believe Genesis does Palantir Daily. She does
Yeah, much
Tesla,
better.
Palantir, Nvidia, and QQQ too. Yeah.
Perfect. And I'll look at Palantir as well. And remember, guys, as we set our ranges, remember that there's zones. It's not always going to be the exact dollar, right? So somebody says, yo, my trigger for calls is 100, and I say my trigger is $100.50. Nobody's right or wrong.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure, talk to me.
So Kendra, for Palantir, unfortunately, I couldn't get in that trade on Friday because I don't know what happened, but I wasn't able to get in the trade, and I'm like so bummed. But just a quick question: how did you know, specifically for Palantir, kind of taking away like the whole other market noise? How did you kind of know that that one was going to go down? Was there something specifically that you had seen with that?
There's a few things. There's a few things. And it's so funny because Palantir used to be, I'm going to share my screen again. Palantir used to be on my do not short list, right? Because as you guys know, last year, Palantir was like a machine. Like it just kept going up, going up, going up. And anytime I tried to, I joke about not having a bias or having one side that I like, but again, I tend to see the downside better. However, Palantir would psych me out, and I was like, yeah, I'm not even touching it. I'm not shorting it. There's no way I'm gonna call puts on Palantir anymore, ever again. Do not trade, do not short. So, things have changed, and I look at the market a little differently. So on Friday, was that Friday or was it Thursday? I think it was Friday I signaled it.
Yeah, I think it was Friday. Yeah.
Friday, Friday. There was a lot of rejection. Oops, let me share. There was a lot of rejection on Palantir. So we can do a top-down analysis here. We can look at the big picture. Okay, so let's look at Palantir on the month. We can see Palantir broke out of its bullish trend. You guys also see here, I have the RSI. When you see it up here, over 80, we are overbought. Like you guys see, it was like a machine, like all last year. Just kept running up. And see, a bunch of people here were probably like, yes, it's finally time like to short Palantir. No, it just kept going like a machine. Up. So let me put some of my things on here. I like to use the 9 and the 21. So here we're on the monthly time frame. And again, this goes to what we're teaching in the class anyways. It's like a top-down analysis. The weekly chart. What is that there? Is that the 200? Hold on. Oh yeah, okay, that's the 200. Let me see the 100 real quick for us real quick, guys. So I know Court uses the 200 is great, but when I'm using the 9 and the 21, I like to use the 100 as well for support and resistance. So Friday, the way everything looked, let's see what time I signal that trade. I like to look at the times that I put these things out for you guys. Okay, so I signaled Palantir 60p at 10:12 a.m. So go to the 5. Friday and see what I was looking at. That's what I was looking at. Okay, so here we have our beautiful orb. I know it's a lot of lines, so I'm sorry if this looks a little disorganized for you guys. I added all my stuff. Again, it goes, there was a lot of rejection off this pivot point, this area of VWAP, right? Around 10 a.m. We bust down to here and we got below the pivot, right? We tried to come back up and break it, but we didn't. So around this area, somewhere in here is when I was like, yeah, I want to look for downside and look at the downside contracts, like what everything is looking like when it comes on the options chain for Palantir. So as I went through the contracts, the biggest thing for me, right, was I don't know if any of you guys have Robinhood near you or open right now, but the volume in the open interest for Palantir 60p for April 25th. Because initially because it's Friday, on Friday, unless it's a high risk trade, I really don't like doing same day expiration on other tickers. I like to see what I can swing out into the next week to give us more time. Where's my putt? To give us more time. If you guys open up Palantir 60p 425 expiration, the volume 99,110. Open interest, 223,318. Even if that just didn't, I don't know, even if things were still a little green, I don't know, I probably would still buy this contract because so many people were confident in it. The volume, this is like really high. 99,000 volume on a ticker like Palantir is extremely high. Like even like when we're looking at the contracts that we get in for SPY, QQQ, it usually is maybe like 7 to maybe 20 something thousand. Yeah, to me, it was a no-brainer in that regard. But even just looking at the charts, we'll go on the higher time frames. Um, like I said, looking at the monthly, I see that we broke out of our bearish, I mean our bullish trend. And for me, when I use the 9 and the 21, one thing that I learned is that we always got to come back to the 9. And if we break through the 9, we're coming down to the 21. So potentially right here, this is a potential level for hold on, for Palantir. I'll do like Court does on these, right? Oops, can't do it. There we go. Let's go to the week. And here, this is even worse. This is even worse. Well, is Zay still on here? He's not on here, Court, no more.
I think Zay left. I think Zay had one more consultation to do before the end of the night. Zay
So
works
Zay,
usually
we
late.
call this the EM Zay, right? Zay's birthday is 323. If you guys work with him, you probably have used the 323, right? So we put EM Zay on here. I guarantee you there'll be a target on the next time frame. But you see how this looks? We're definitely busting down. We're definitely busting down. Dang, where's EMZA? It's not even on here. That's bad. That's bad for
It means
pound.
we got a long way to go up or down.
I think down. If there's 99,000 people, or the volume is 99,110 on this Palantir contract, open interest 223,000. Yeah, it's no brainer.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
something, okay. If since you guys are here, for you guys that are here, I'm gonna give you guys one of my secrets. Not everybody knows this. Not everybody knows this, and you guys probably don't use it when you're marking your levels. People probably they don't understand how I get my levels. And there's something that I specifically do that's probably different from most of you guys. It's one of my secrets. It's one of my secrets, but I'm gonna give it to you. I chart most of my stuff using extended trading hours. Right here on TradingView, you're going to see extended trading hours and you're going to see regular trading hours. And you see things look different. The chart looks different. So sometimes you guys are like, people are like, oh, she gets her levels using the pre-market high and low. And then some days you guys are probably like, wait, like how is she getting that? Like, because there's other things that I factor into it, but I'm also using the extended trading hours. They give me, for me personally, they give me more accurate levels. But something I also learned is that once the market opens at 9:30 is my entries into my trades are a lot better if I'm looking at the regular trading hours. So that's something you guys can play with if you're interested.
Yeah, don't give them too much now. They got to come to class in July.
I
Shit.
got a lot. I got more than that, Corey. I got a lot. I got a lot. But the fact that I'm not seeing the EMZA on here does not. Oh, hold on. See, that's why. Here we go. We're below EMZA. That's crazy. Let me see. Damn. Yeah, it's not looking good. Palantir. Palantir is on its way. Hold on, this is regular. Because Palantir is already at hold on. Yeah, it's already at 68. Hold on, let me go back to the standard. I don't know why mine's not up to date here. Yeah, it's probably too late, Marky. It depends. It depends on Monday. We'll see. I mean, how everything looks. But based off of what things are looking like with futures, I don't know. People are talking about the whole circuit breaker thing happening. Let's see. Yeah, no, it's not showing up. It's showing Palantir at 72. So, yep, 7201, 7008. Where we at? 6506. Remember how Court was talking about how like when you do this long, you can kind of just eyeball like areas that are like just levels, like key levels. You guys can do that too. And honestly, I would say that really should be you guys' homework. I know the pivot points are like great tools. Um, Learning to just look at the chart and finding key areas where there's just like support where we typically will bounce or fall. But yeah, as of now, Robinhood says that Palantir is at 68.18 though. So our next level will be 65.19, then 63.40. And I potentially see us going as low. Shit, we might feel the gap. Who knows? No circuit breaker, like the market is gonna halt because the indices have dropped. Yeah, what TJ said. But yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you, Kendra, for explaining this to me. It's very helpful.
Any more questions before we go, guys? Before we say goodnight? Yes, I do leaps. I was in we actually got leaps on the VIX that are over 100% now. I took 55 calls on the VIX like 3 months ago. They don't expire till June. And I do oftentimes trade things that go out like 8 to 10 months, sometimes a year. It really just depends on whether it's a risk on versus risk off environment. The slides are going to be posted in the group, guys. They're going to be just for members as well as the recording. Um, just got to give my family, give them some exclusivity sometimes. You know how it goes. So, yes, these things will be member exclusive. If you're not a member, we would love to have you. We would love for you guys to be a part of what we're doing and what we're building. We're almost at 2,500 members, which is crazy.
Yo, fam, real quick.
Talk to me.
Kind of question outside of what we was doing, but if I can, just wanted to ask y'all, like around Thursday, they ran out of treasuries, and some more on Friday they ran out of treasuries. You got gold declining, so it's and then even your defensive stocks, all your defensive is pretty much declining. I'm kind of curious, like where are they hiding? Are they? I know some people are obviously sitting in cash, but I was always under the impression that market makers can't sit still. They have to put the money somewhere. I assume bonds, but bonds doesn't make sense for what Trump is doing. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want to be out of there to restructure their debt. So I was just curious if you if any of y'all got any insight on that. I appreciate it.
I think a lot of that money is going to rotate into real estate. I think that market is going to crash and that institutionals, as well as a lot of corporations, are going to buy up the houses. And that ownership in terms of housing is going to almost become a thing of the past as we move forward. You will not be able to buy your home. They want people who are eternal renters and that rent in perpetuity indefinitely. So ownership, I think, is going to become a thing of the past, and a lot of money is going to rotate into real estate. A lot of people are being priced out of the housing market. A lot of people bought houses during the pandemic that they can no longer afford, not just because their income has declined, but because of, taxes and insurance and things going up as well as their mortgage. I know some people whose mortgage has almost doubled in the last 18 months. Do you guys know people like that as well? Whose
Yep.
mortgages and things have almost doubled in the last 18 to 24 months?
Yep.
So
I
yeah,
don't know outside of New York, but I know here.
I've seen it in Atlanta, Houston, I've seen it in parts of Florida. Even in certain parts of Florida, like you're required to hold certain types of insurances and those things, and people are getting priced out of even that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Like the housing prices have dropped here, but the rates haven't dropped. So the rates are still astronomical. So the average person is not going to be able to buy a home here. And what's been going on for at least the last 2 years, a lot of these homes, corporations have been buying, corporations and banks, and they're flipping single family homes into two family homes.
Yep.
Also, what's been going up, they've been buying a lot of commercial buildings and flipping them into either apartment buildings or what are the ones where they have the apartment buildings and they also have commercial rentals as well.
Yep.
A combination of both. That's what all the money has been going into in New York City for the last 2 years. And that's telling me that they're phasing out the average person from owning into having them just being renters.
And then with cars, people will get priced out of owning cars. You'll rent your car in perpetuity as well. That's the idea for people
Well,
to.
what's
Uh-huh.
happening in the auto industry? Because I follow that as well. Um, the big three is taking a hit with these tariffs. They're going to have to pass off those hits onto their customers. Trump has already warned them not to raise their prices. If they don't raise their prices, they're going to start losing money. They have to do something because even the used parts, a lot of those parts come in from Canada and um, uh, the other country, the two countries, but they import those parts. So somebody's got to pay that off. If the car companies can't do it, then they can't raise their prices. So typically that would move people to used cars. But here's the problem with used cars. Again, those parts come from other countries, so they're going to have to pay it. They're going to have to pay, and they're going to have to pay their extra, and they have to pass that off to the consumer. Also, you're going to get hit with supply and demand on used cars because everybody's going to go for a used car. Supply and demand. If everybody wants it, the price is going to go up. So the average person is basically going to be screwed.
Facts. Um, we can pick a day in the chat. We'll vote on it, and you guys can pick a day, and I'll go live. I'll trade live with you guys one day this week. It's all the same to me.
I'm gonna try to do it too, Court.
Oh, now if you do it, I'm gonna shut up. I don't gotta do shit then. I don't want to do it. I just gotta do
Try.
it.
I said
No,
try. I'm gonna
yeah,
try.
you can pick your day first, and then I'll take another day. I know Zay's gonna go live, and then we have Kevin going live trading futures this week as well. So guys, we have a lot of things to offer, a lot of resources. If you're not making money yet, please reach out as well. We're here to help. We're here to help. We can always tweak and refine things. This is what we love to do. Um, and I know my purpose, for me personally, goes beyond trading and just making a lot of money. I feel like I'm here to, you know, improve other people's quality of life. And that looks different for a lot of people. Some people hit me up and they'll be like, yo, I'm up $50 in a trade. And that's somebody who makes, $17 an hour. It's 3 hours at a time. They're almost able to buy back or, be able to allocate to other things. So it's a blessing, guys. Please reach out to us, work with us. We're here to help. Chaz, you want to add anything or say anything before we go?
Yeah, I appreciate it. If you're already in the group, I did drop a message about my one-on-ones. Like Court tells you, it takes a lot to work with us one-on-one and give you a lot of time, but we do want to pack a lot into them. I do have 10 two for $80 one-on-ones left. There's just 10. Once they're gone, they go back to $100. So if you know you need individual help, um, and you need hand holding, whether that's live trading, charting, whatever customized, I do that. It's not like a like handbook of what I go through. I diagnose like what's your issue, and then we go and see how we can correct it, whether it's in a live trade or setting up your platform. So that's another opportunity. I teach one-on-ones and I'll be switching to groups soon. So take advantage of these one-on-ones right now, because it's just too time consuming to do everybody at one-on-one. My calendar is booked until June, so you will see it. I'll try to get y'all in May. But I'm finishing up a business class this week. Once that class is over, calendar will open up. So take advantage of it.
Yes, yes, guys. Please take advantage of that. LC, what you got going on? What are you offering this week in terms of your schedule and your openings?
Mic on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro.
Okay, cool. So Tuesday I have my beginners class. It's going to be a 6 week mentorship. That unfortunately that closed Friday. My next one is going to be in May. Um, but the beginners class is basically taking you from the beginning, from candles all the way through to support and resistance, top down analysis. We're going to go over a lot, and I'm also working with Chaz on doing a special project where we're both going to be teaching back to back. You're going to take mine from the front end, and then she'll pick up where I leave off, and she'll carry you. Basically, we're taking you from beginning trader into professional trading.
Bingo. And is that a you said that's a one-on-one or a group class?
That's going to be a group class.
Perfect. And I've taken that class as well, guys. I've been working with LC now for what, bro, 5 years? When you met me, I was what, 27, 26?
Jeez, I don't forgot how long, bro, but it's been a
I think
minute.
I had a kid. I don't even think I think I was still a virgin. I don't think I had a baby yet. So yes, guys, I can co-sign LC. I've worked with Chaz as well. I've taken her courses also. She also has a really cool class on surveys for cash. Um, if trading, you're struggling with your trading and you don't want to spend extra time at work, you need some capital to trade with. She can show you how to take some surveys. And I've seen that some of them pay as high as what, Kaz? 350 for 30, 40 minutes?
Yeah, 350. My daughter did 45 minutes and got 225. So they're surveys for kids, they're survey for men and women. Everybody wants your opinion, especially in the market right now. They want to know what y'all gonna buy, how much you willing to spend. So they're always looking for new people to get opinions from. Inside of our chat, there's a channel that gives you survey leads. And then I do have a video that breaks down how to apply, how to get picked, and how to start tracking and get some money. So if you don't have money to start funding your account right now or to pay for Court and Kendra's class, this will be a start to like start building your money up and with the low overhead. Like it's just literally free. It's gonna pay for itself with the like first survey you do.
And I've done them as well. I've done them as consumer reports, like the office here in Atlanta, downtown. Easy money, 275 for 45 minutes of my time. So you guys definitely consider that as well. We have lots of resources and lots of ways for you guys to make money. We even do sports betting in the group. We have sports betting every day. They hit very often also. Um, so we're just here once again to help you guys improve your quality of life, give you guys a hand, and let you guys know what's up. So you want to say goodbye, Kendra? Anything else you want to give before we go? Oh, guys, that code for the lifetimes 80% off expires at midnight. So reach out if you need that code. Lock in, man. We family. I appreciate you guys all being here, and I hope to see you guys again soon, right? Maybe I could squeeze one more class in before we start in July. I'll see what our schedules look like, and we're
Maybe like yeah, maybe we can.
something smooth. Yo, so please, if you guys are a part of the chat and if you're in there, yo, let me see your charts, guys. Show me your levels before we get started tomorrow. Let's start to plan our trades and get ready for the week ahead. Read up on the COT data. See if institutions are long or short. It comes out every Sunday. See if they're long or short on gold as well. It usually will trade inverse of SPY because it's like a safe haven for institutions. So we'll check that out and we'll start the plan. Let's make a lot of money this week, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Night.